All right, now this is the pot that we use to grow our 497 plants in. We call these 497 pots. These things are ideal for us because they're lightweight and they're smaller than a 1 gallon. If you take a typical 1 gallon pot, you can take 3 of these things. It takes 3 times as much soil to fill a 1 gallon as it does to fill this. But this still, and I'll show you some of the plants that we can produce in these things. So this is really the perfect size pot for us who are in the business of selling plants at $4.97 because these things are very affordable, they're lightweight, you use a lot less potting soil, but you can still produce a really nice plant that people are excited to pay $4.97 for. Now the dimension of this particular pot, this is just about 4.5 inches deep, and across the top it's 5 inches wide. So 5 inches this way and 4.5 inches this way is the dimension of this one. We're going to make these things available because they have been really difficult to find. Not many places stock them because a lot of the big growers want to be in the 1 gallon business or maybe a little tiny pot. So this is perfect for us. So we're going to go out back and I'll show you some of the plants that we have in these things and how well they work for that. Alright, now this is an example. This is the same container. This is a variegated lorope. You can see this is a really nice plant, and it's completely fills the container. One of the things that I like about these containers is that they're small enough that when you put your plant in there and it flushes out, there's not a lot of room for weeds to grow because you don't have a lot of exposed soil. That's a problem when you use a container that's too big. I mean, this is a little Tango Weigelia that we just potted up recently, and you can see there's a lot of exposed area, but next spring when this thing breaks out, it's going to completely fill that, and we put them in the nursery pretty much pot to pot most of the time, and that really cuts down on the amount of weeding that we have to do. So you can see this is a little tiny plant that we just put in there. This is just a little bit bigger than rooted cutting. Here's a concolor fir. We just recently potted this thing up. That makes people go crazy to be able to buy this for $4.97. There's a couple of white pine in here. This is Golden Curls willow. Again, now normally I would cut this thing back, but I left it grow because we're going to take hardwood cuttings from them. So as soon as we get our hardwood cuttings, we're going to cut it back. We already pruned it once this year, but these things grow like crazy. So again, even though this is a small container, when they get this tall, they do tip over a little bit, but if I weren't interested in getting as many cuttings off of this thing as I could, I would have trimmed this thing way back in the summer and got it nice and full. So again, this winter, as soon as we get our cuttings, because we're going to do these cuttings during the winter, as soon as we get our cuttings, we're going to cut this thing back so in the spring when it breaks out, it's going to be nice and full. So anyway, you can see that that's a great plant for $4.97. People are delighted to get plants like this. There's a market for everything. There's a lot of people that want a 7-foot tall tree or a 10-foot tall. There's a lot of places they can buy that. There's all kinds of places where they can buy $50, $100, $150 plants. We're the guy, I'm the guy, or we are the people here at Mike's Backyard Nursery, Mike's Plant Farm, that we give them the opportunity to get stuff like this for $5. They like it because, one, you can carry 3 of these in each hand. It takes almost nothing to dig a hole. All those things all of that stuff is psychological that goes through people's heads when they're buying a plant. If they're looking at a plant with a great big ball on it, they got to lug it haul, they got to lift it into the car, they got to lift it out of the car, they got to lug it across the yard, they got to dig a hole for it, and they're risking $50, $100, $150. There's no thought at all because it's $5. They spend that on a sandwich at McDonald's or someplace, So again, anyway, I'm just showing off our 497 pots, so I hope you've taken something away from this video. It is every bit of our intention to be able to offer these pots, and we'll have a link right below this video. And as long as we can get them, they are a little bit challenging to get, but right now we've got, thousands of them available, so, we'll have that page up real soon where you can order these things. All right, I'm Mike McGroarty. Thanks for watching.